Hi guys, it's me. I realize that at this point it's been a few months since I posted a video, and I'm really sorry. It's especially to those of you who were really looking forward to them, if there were any of you. Having said that, I am kind of back in the game now. It's just that I had a lot of school and I was getting kind of overwhelmed. But with all that aside, going back to my instructional videos, or whatever you want to call them, I decided that I was gonna start with some more simpler, or at least for this video I decided, I don't know if I want to go by starting with simpler things and then working my way up, but basically what I decided to do was to make a video this week about very basic things. In this case it's the bridge, so that's pretty much what everyone calls it. I'm sure there's other words for it. And pretty much different techniques within which you can warm up in it, different ways you can warm up using the bridge, different versions of the bridge as an extension of warming up in different ways, and then also just little exercises that will allow you to learn to control yourself going into them and coming out of them. Anyway, so that's what this video is going to focus on. It's not very long like the other ones, which end up being like almost half an hour long, 20 minutes. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay. First things first is you want to warm up in your bridge. Getting used to being in the bridge and warming up different parts. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start rocking back and forth. By rocking over my shoulders, I'm going to get a stretch into my shoulders. By rocking over my feet, the stretch is going to shift into my lower and hips, my lower back and hips. So you want to do that a few times. I only do it like 10 times just for show, but you want to do it a few times to get your body really working, and you can accentuate the movement to get a bigger stretch. And the next thing I do is I place my hands closer to my heels, and then I go up on my thumbs, and what that's going to do is that's going to intensify the stretch in my hips especially. And by rocking back and forth on my thumbs like I just did, it'll actually intensify the motion that you would get from rocking back and forth simply by on the flat of your palms. The next one is to have your feet apart, put your hands a little bit further away from your feet, and then from your heels, and then to push over your shoulders. Now this is a really good one for people that need it's really good period, but it's going to accentuate your middle back and your upper back really. And now you can't really tell, but now my heels are together, and this is a little more advanced version of the other trick, because when your feet are together it kind of keeps your lower back from bending as much, thus the stretch is stronger. And what's ideal is to keep your head up at the same time, because it'll really help your upper back stretch. The next thing I'm going to do is a snake in bridge, which was really going to highlight my weakness, which is my upper back and shoulders. But when you have something like a yoga mat, it makes it easier, because in this position you want to have your feet close, and you want to start pressing your butt down, pushing your butt down as hard as you can while keeping your arms straight. And by using a yoga mat, if you're not as flexible, it'll keep your feet from slipping out, which is usually what happens. And now that I'm going on my tippy toes, or I'm going on my knuckles of the toes like that, that is really just what you want to do when you're performing, just because it looks prettier. So I just wanted to get that out there. The next thing I'm doing are half downs, which is something that I learned from a little coach called, or not really little, but David Garcia. He was one of my coaches. I'll put a link to his YouTube if you want to see a little bit of him. But these are called half downs, and these are going to help a lot with stability and working on gaining your balance from the first part of going down to bridge. They're really important, okay? And also, if you'll know if you have a weak core, because afterwards, maybe the day after, you'll probably get sore in your abs. The next one I'm doing are half ups, which are the same as half downs, but instead of going halfway down, I'm going halfway up. And this is really going to put a stretch in your hips. You want to try to focus on keeping your legs straight in both positions. And you want to work on trying to get your hands a little bit closer every time you come down. Notice how my hands get a little closer to my heels every time? That's because the more you stretch your back, the more flexible it's getting, thus you're able to get closer. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I was hoping that it wouldn't be too long, but that I would still get all the information, so if I did that, great, and if you, for whatever reason, feel like maybe I missed something or you're not sure about something, then go ahead and leave a comment or leave a message, and I'll try to get back to you. I'm going to try to stay committed to this once a week video. I already have another video made for next week, so I'll definitely post that sometime within the next 7 days. I hope this is helpful.